I walked into my grandson's engagement dinner wearing muddy boots because I had just finished planting white roses on my late wife's grave. Before I could even sit down, his girlfriend looked at me with disgust and whispered, "Why is the gardener eating with the family?" Then she called the butler and said, "Please remove him." The entire dining room fell silent. Everyone expected my grandson to apologize to her. Instead, he looked into her eyes and asked one question that changed her life forever. "My name is Arthur Bennett. I am 72 years old, and after spending 40 years building Bennett Estates, I retired and handed the company to my daughter. These days, I spend most of my mornings working in my garden because it reminds me of my late wife, Eleanor. She always believed that flowers heal broken hearts." That afternoon, before my grandson Daniel's engagement dinner, I visited Eleanor's grave and planted fresh white roses. Rain had turned the ground into mud, leaving my boots dirty. I didn't have time to change because Daniel had personally begged me not to be late. When I arrived at our family estate, everyone welcomed me warmly except Daniel's girlfriend, Victoria. She looked at my muddy boots, my old jacket, and my weathered hands. Without asking who I was, she assumed I worked as the estate gardener. She leaned toward Daniel and asked loudly, "Why is the gardener sitting at the family table?" Daniel smiled but said nothing. Victoria then waved toward the butler and said confidently, "Please ask him to leave before the guests arrive." The room instantly became silent. Every family member looked at Daniel, expecting him to defend me immediately. Instead, he calmly stood up, looked directly at Victoria, and asked, "Would you still want to marry me if the gardener sitting here owned everything in this house?" Victoria laughed. "Of course not. Why would that matter?" Daniel slowly walked toward me, placed his hand on my shoulder, and smiled. "This is my grandfather, Arthur Bennett. He built this company, this estate, and every opportunity our family has today. These muddy boots aren't a sign of poverty. They're covered with dirt because he spent the morning honoring my grandmother's memory." Victoria's face turned completely pale. She looked around the table and realized everyone already knew who I was. No one had corrected her because they wanted to see the kind of person she truly was. She immediately apologized, but I quietly raised my hand. "It's not me you embarrassed," I said. "It's yourself." I explained that character is revealed by how we treat people we believe have nothing to offer us. Money can buy beautiful clothes. Status can buy expensive jewelry. But neither can buy kindness or respect. Daniel looked at Victoria one last time and said, "I wanted a wife who respected every human being, not just wealthy ones." Without raising his voice, he removed the engagement ring from his pocket and placed it. Respect is tested when no one is watching. Never judge someone by their clothes, their job, or the mud on their boots. The greatest wealth in life isn't money, it's character.